Alright, there we go. We got a game. So let's play. I'm just gonna play whatever my bullshit is. It doesn't really matter. I don't really care about the opening. Normally I should be playing d4, but I really don't like to play d4. I mean, that's for like normal people. And we gotta be special here. So I'm gonna plan for this. But yeah, you have to be a little careful with this one because if you move this, then the knight's undefended. You might fall to some stupid like knight move. Okay, maybe not here, but you get my drift. The bishop kind of x-rays the knight. You do want to be careful when that happens. Black's a tempo down, so he's not going to be able to mirror myself for long. And yep, there we go. He has the knight going back. That way, if I move the pawn, then his bishop takes my knight, which is mildly annoying, but I don't really care. I think I could play this move. If he plays d4, I can just take it, so it doesn't matter. If he plays f5, then I get into here. Um, if I get into here, he moves his knight. Then I suppose that might be mildly uncomfortable, so I'll just play this. And I can play this. And he can mirror me with b5. If he takes, and then he can play b5 himself. He's gonna play b5 now, surely, yep. Let's see. Is there anything I can do to deal with this guy right here? Well, he's threatening this, I'll just take this to begin with. And then maybe I can play like this, threatening the knight here. If I play this, and then what's he gonna play? Maybe like queen b6. Queen b6 runs into this, or maybe this. Neither one are very comfortable, but queen b6 might be real. I need to find some actual, like, advantage. Looking for an advantage. If I go here, the knight can reroute to here. I don't see anything better. It does give him some problems. For example, if he goes here, I might be able to take this. Maybe. I should be able to. If he takes this, obviously that would be terrible. He gives up his really nice bishop. He would rather have that bishop, to be honest. Um, let's see. I'm not really thinking about anything right now. Kind of a little bit tired, so we're just gonna be cruising through this. Maybe you can try this move here. If he goes knight there, then am I able to play this? What happens if I play that? I mean, this should be pretty good for me. He can't go here to try to fork because my bishop does defend it. Like if I take this and he takes this, okay, well he's gonna move the knight. I suppose that's one way to solve your problems. Let's see. If I kick the knight out and he goes here, how bad would that be? Don't think it really matters that much. But this is a bit of a sore point for myself. If I go here and he kicks me out, I do have this idea in the future, and if he pushes d5, that would be mildly uncomfortable for him. I'm not very good with these super symmetrical English structures, so I don't know why I play them. I really should be not playing these. If I go here and he kicks me out, then I go back. This would be fine. If he kicks me out, I think I could go here, and then that would kind of stop him from doing that, but then he would play his bishop there. I think my knight is kind of lived out its usefulness, to be honest, but let's see, what can I improve here? My rook is low-key not in a very nice position. I would like to move it here, but I don't know if there's any funny things he can do. I don't know where this guy would go. Probably here. I think that would be a good spot. Yeah, I could play that. He's gonna kick my knight out. I'm not gonna look for a trade. Should I look for a trade? If I go here, then I get trapped. That would be bad. So I suppose I should look for a trade here. Now, if he tries to, okay, yeah, that's what I thought. We will have to do this, but it's okay. I can play this. Now, if he takes this, then he will also lose his bishop. If he tries to defend it or something, maybe I don't think he can defend it. He has to take this if he wants to keep the pawn. That looks like a relatively poor move, but he is threatening check, which is annoying. So I'm gonna just defend this guy right here. Don't want to give him too much to work with. Now I am not threatening this yet because that would still be winning material. But I could possibly put my rook here and then I would be threatening to capture this. And also be threatening like discovered everything. I cannot say how good that would be though. I would like to play this, but let's see. If I play this and his queen goes here, it does stop me. I could play this, then I'm threatening check here. But I don't know. I would like to play this first. I think he might give me a check. And then if he gives me a check and then I move, I'm still threatening to take this. Because his queen is the one defending, and my rook's defending that, so that would be a good trade. And this is defended here. This is also something he has to worry about. Let me check from the opposite side. I don't know if he likes this position. I'm starting to not like black's position. There isn't really a good way you can keep this without, like, giving up something. Namely this guy right here. If he takes it like this, I probably will capture back with the rook. Then he'll give me a check. And I'll just move my king back right here. Probably he'll try to exchange something here, but then I'll get my queen in the game. This guy's still threatened, so he might play this. Honestly, I might be able to play bishop here, threatening a rook infiltration on the 7th. That looks pretty good. But yeah, he's burning up time, which he should be doing right now. I think you could make a case to play this move right here. A really good case to play that move. Okay, he moves his queen away there, but then I get to play this. If I play this, he has to play queen back here. And then after that, what? Am I able to still do this? No, he still has check because he has takes first, which is kind of annoying. If I do this, he has takes first here. And then takes, check, up here. And then down here, he's better. I think he's better. I wonder if I can do this. I don't want to play that though. I want to play this. I want to play this. Okay, so if I play this and he goes here, then he just loses queen, so he has to move his queen back here. Then I get to play this, and so he might take it. But then I don't get to do anything about this guy here. Decisions, decisions. You'll have to do this. I might be able to just do this. Do I want to do that? I can take this first, and then I would be still threatening it. Or I could play this move, but that kind of weakens the diagonal. I don't see how he can take advantage of it, though. If I do that, I think this might work. Now, if he kicks me out, there's still check here, so I have to defend it. Maybe king here, but both of these pawns are hanging at the same time. You can't defend both of them, right? I mean, it would be really nice if my opponent resigned right here, and then I wouldn't have to prove my advantage, but I'm pretty sure white is much better here. He would probably have to give this guy up, so maybe like here, and then I yank this pawn. Or he can do that. I guess that works in some sort of way. I guess it does work. Um, cause then he can play this. But if I take this, then he goes here and I yoink this guy. Is my knight trapped? Wait. Takes here, here, here. Queen has to go back down here or back down here. Um, and then I can hit this guy at the same time. So the bishop has to move somewhere. Yeah, I can do this. I can do this here, right? If we trade the queens and this guy's about to drop, my next move is this. The bishop will have to be kicked out. It'll probably have to go here, actually. If it goes, it can't go anywhere back here, and if it goes here, it gets trapped instantly. But this pawn's also hanging. He can't defend it. He can defend it this way, but then I kick him out. Maybe I can check him and then kick him out. I think I'll kick him out first. I really don't need this pawn. After I kick him out, he'll have to go here, or if his knight goes here, he can actually retreat back to here, but then my knight will get out. Okay, he'll play that, which I'm actually perfectly fine with. Maybe I'll kick his bishop out first. I'll do that. His bishop will have to stay here. Then I can take this. And okay, so he's just gonna do that. I'm fine with that. It is making a lot of weaknesses, like his knight can go here, but it doesn't really matter, honestly. If he tries to play this right now, I can just give that up, and I have triple connected passed pawns. Now this square is defended, I can just defend it this way. Black can actually just resign here. There isn't really a point playing on. I am just gonna play this. He's gonna do that, which is a good move, I guess. Let's see. If I go here and he takes it, then I attack him. His knight can't go anywhere. Okay, that's game, right? No, I can just actually just force this right now. Hmm. I guess it doesn't really matter where my knight goes. Both of these guys are hanging. His knight, he really had to play this first. Then he would have a somewhat of a trade. Yeah, that's what I thought. We can look at this game for review. He wants to rematch, but I don't really want to play another game. 93. Seems like a good game. I think I played well. So, like, when you're playing like the English opening, it really doesn't matter what the hell you do. What I meant was you can make up whatever the hell you want to play, as long as it makes sense, right? So I know A3 probably isn't like the most popular move here. Okay, never mind. It actually is the most popular move. But yeah, here D4 is obviously the more popular move, by like 3 times the amount. It's pretty insane. As you can see, D3 doesn't really score that well. D4 scores a lot better, but I don't really know about this. I know that there is a funny pawn sec line that you can play here, and I don't remember what you're supposed to do after this. I think after like queen here, I guess queen there's not good. You move the bishop back, and black does end up regaining the pawn somewhere. I think. I'm not entirely sure. I don't remember the theory for this because I never studied it. I suppose I should study it, but yeah, so you take this, and I guess if you're not inclined to give up a pawn for nothing, we can just follow the master game here. Takes, takes, and the queen's not in any danger of any discovered attacks or anything, so it doesn't really matter. D6 is probably going to be played, and I know queen D3 is the move. You really don't want to be staying on this for any longer than you have to. And you're looking at this, a6 does make sense. You're trying to get b5, and you also want to prevent some knight here, just doing whatever the hell it's doing. Um, and I suppose in plans like something like this, although, I mean, I want to play e4, but I know that's not good. e4 that probably doesn't score very well. Yeah, it scores pretty poorly. My hunch is that if you play e4, all the dark squares become super weak. It's really hard to deal with it. Um, so yeah, you really have like these two pawns extended, and you don't really need any more extension. This one pawn is doing a great job controlling this square. This is pretty much a wasteful move. So lots of people are playing bishop d2 or bishop to e3. Neither of them are particularly intuitive. Rook d1 does look good though, and queen c7 makes sense. And I guess bishop g5, because not maybe f4 would also make sense, but it doesn't really do anything. Um, g5 is mildly annoying, I suppose. I guess if you hit it with h6, what goes on? Oh yeah, that's pretty good for white. Yeah, this is pretty good for white. So I didn't see that. So that's your threat. So black has to do something about it. Um, Here that looks good. Now you're forced to play e4 and bishop to e6, probably b3. And now knight to g4, threatening whatever this is, probably rook here. Oh, bishop to d2. What's wrong with rook here? Okay, nothing. But I do suppose if you play bishop here and queen c5, bishop to e1 is possible, but the computer likes my move better, rook a to c1. And now after queen here, I guess, oh, you can play queen d2. That's very pretty. Very pretty. But if you take this, what goes on? I think you play this, right? Yeah, you do. Okay. But yeah, the d4 stuff is pretty theory heavy. That's what I get the feeling for it anyways. So I play d3. I'm a big d3 enjoyer. And so, yeah, he plays this, which is surprisingly in accuracy. I thought it was pretty reasonable. But I guess the evaluation doesn't change much. It goes from 0.03 to 0.3, which seems like a decent change, but I don't think it really matters, especially not in a position like this. Now, the computer likes bishop g5, bishop d2. I guess it doesn't really matter. I play bishop d2, it's perfectly fine. Rook to b8 is reasonable. b4 is reasonable. Takes, b5. Yeah, that has to be the move. And I had to take it, right? Because if I play just like some move, I guess he can take this. I guess he can't take it right now, but after here, what happens? Oh, there's bishop g5. That's pretty annoying, actually. He has to play this. And then what? Do I just sack the piece? Oh no, it's because I get the piece back. Okay. Um, so I suppose I just randomly discovered that there's like a trap here. But I guess what if you play this instantly? Then I guess you can play like knight takes c4. Then you have this strange imbalance where black's attacking this pawn, but white's able to hold it, and this pawn is mildly weak. If you play d5, you don't want to put your knight here and take this bishop. This bishop is really bad. It's blocked by all of his pawns, so you don't want to trade this knight for it. That's why the computer suggests knight a5. So if you trade this way, then first of all, you get rid of this weakness here where it's being attacked and pressured down this line. And your bishop's still defending it, so this is much less weak now. And then here, I believe white actually just straight up gets the queen side. He just brings his rook. The game becomes relatively easy. Not like super easy. It's not a one game. But black's gonna have to solve the issue of this bishop here. And so for that reason, I guess white is slightly better. But yeah, b5 taking is perfectly fine. And I play knight g5. Yeah, I wasn't really sure what to do. The computer isn't a big fan. Computer says h3. I'm not entirely sure what the point of this move is, so I'm just gonna ignore it. I like knight g5. Knight g5 is a big fan. Anyways, knight to d4. Now that I'm talking about this, I have a feeling that probably knight d5 was a better move earlier because this imbalance makes more sense. So like, not there. This imbalance makes a lot more sense for me than the imbalance I got in the game, which was no imbalance at all. Um, this position is it's really hard for white to figure out what to do here. It says queen to c1, but like who's playing this move really? If you play this and then the bishop trades, like it's just trade. I don't think there's a lot that you can get from this position. Although I did end up getting something. Yeah, rook to a1's a mistake. I felt it in my gut. I thought it was a mistake. Something might be happening here, but I couldn't really figure out what it was going to be. So h6, and I'm pretty sure you had to take this. If you take this, and then bishop here, and then the computer says knight e5, but I was concerned about queen here, right? Um, but I guess it's not really much of a concern. If you take it, I can always pin it back. But I was thinking about something like this. But I guess that just helps black develop his pieces, so that's no good. I will also consider like rook here, but the rook is mildly misplaced, and the knight will still have to move eventually. You really want to move this rook here like in one go. So I guess it makes sense that bishop to g2 is the best move. And black's going to play knight e5 anyways, I suppose. It's just a good centralizing move. Once he does that, I think I can play this. Yeah, this move is perfectly fine. I think he's going to play bishop here. And then I might be able to play something like... I do want to get my queen out here, so maybe I'll play like this. But yeah, you're just trying to like just try to make something happen really in these kinds of positions, right? And here, yeah, I really don't need him taking this and giving me doubled pawns, so I really do have to give up my fianchettoed bishop. I didn't want to, but such is life. You can't always get what you want. And so here, if I take this right now, he gives me a check, and it's two defenders to one. So after I move my king, the rook comes down here, and I resign the game. Um, if I take like this way, I believe nothing changes because takes and takes and takes. Okay. And even if I pin this guy right here, let's say I pin him like this, right? It doesn't really matter. He just gives a check. He moves out of the pin, and then he can just do something, right? Like trade a piece, and he's up a whole piece, right? So you can't do any of that. That's why I didn't take the pawn. And you don't actually have to really calculate the fact that like if you take this, like if he does a rook here and then he goes check, like this is just intuitively very dangerous, and you don't really want to be spending your time on that in a rapid game. Just play some safe moves, some simple moves. It's not rocket science really. So I just defend the knight. It's not super like technical or anything, and I just defend the knight again. And sometimes chess is just incredibly simple. And this was not a good move. I didn't know what to think about this move. This is pretty scary for me, honestly. But the computer's just like, oh, you can just take this, and I'm like, yeah, sure, buddy. Um, does that not work? What did I miss? Oh yeah, I missed. I just take this, and then like what? Oh, I can take the bishop, or I guess I can't take the bishop. Oh no, 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 he can't take this because it's mate. Yeah, I didn't see that. I just refund my rating right now, man. I can't see anything today. But knight e5 says it's an inaccuracy, but white still maintains a clear advantage. Plus zero point 0.8. For like most people, I don't think it really matters. But the higher up you go, the closer you are to +1, it's already like pretty noticeable. And I certainly could notice it in the game. And I take it first because when I take it first, he's obviously going to maintain the pin, so I don't need to worry about queen takes, which also loses the queen. But he has to take with the rook, and this way I keep the threat of this fork alive. And so if I played this immediately, he would actually just trade off this first, and then this would not be a fork. He would be able to give this up if he wanted to, which he probably isn't going to. I mean, but either way, I don't really see any progress after this. For example, if I do this, then this is mildly annoying. Um, he gets this in like one go, so I probably have to play like h4 or something. But then this is all like it's just a complete mess of my king side, and I really don't know what's going on here at this point. So probably like queen here would I be played. Um, maybe something like a queen here, a queen here. Queen here, they'll probably run into this, and I'll bring my queen, centralized it to like right here, maybe. Um, maybe the rook will go down, but he can't go down. This is pretty dangerous. I think he can go down though. If I give a check, he goes here, and I can go here. Oh no, he just takes my bishop. I can't do that. But yeah, this is a threat, so maybe I have to like play like this or something. Like I don't really want to. Oh wait, no, my bishop's under attack. I do have to give this up. And then what? I don't really know what's going on. I think white has to force a perpetual here. which is really not what I'm looking for when I'm playing someone 70 points lower rated than me. But yeah, so, but I didn't see all of that in the game, obviously. I just saw that if he takes this, then this is no longer a fork threat. This is no longer a fork threat, so it's not as strong. So that's really all you need to see. You just need to see that if I do this, it maintains the fork threat. Having a threat of a fork here has to be better than not forking. So, ergo, this has to be the move first. And then I do this. Then he plays that, which I find this move. I'm pretty happy I found it. I was thinking of something like this, and then taking the pawn. But, yeah, that obviously doesn't work. I just lose a piece for absolutely nothing. So I find this, which is really nice, and being able to take this is really good. I never really considered this because after queen here, you're forced to give up the queen. Your bishop's under attack and your queen's under attack, so you have to take this, and then after that, I get two connected passed pawns. Well, this guy's not a passed pawn, but this guy is. But these two are connected. It's very strong. He's not going to do anything about it. This guy's under attack. His king cannot defend because my knight blocks it. This is just a really terrible position for him. I suppose he didn't really look into. I don't think he really saw like how bad it was. I think he has to move his queen away. The computer does say it's the best move. And after that, I would probably just like move my rook back. I would just nab a pawn, but it's a lot better than what happened in the game. I just got a completely winning endgame. And I mean, I didn't even have to use any endgame knowledge. I just I mean, his bishop's not trapped, which is a calculation error. But like, come on. And he goes there, and this is a move. And yeah, he has to. I think he should have played this, which then I would have gone like this because then I have these two connected passed pawns. But I feel like it would have made me think a little bit more, and it's possible for white to go wrong here, even though the computer doesn't like bishop takes as much. Like at this point, it really doesn't matter. Black's down three pawns for nothing, and two of them are connected past pawns. So you really do have to just send a Hail Mary out there. Like maybe this is possible. Like I don't know. Like if I take this, and that would be pretty bad. But that this guy's still never going anywhere. Like this is nothing this guy can do. Even if you go here, take this pawn, and you take this, still have a majority here on the king side. It's just a completely lost endgame. You can actually just resign, but taking that is reasonable. And then I play this, and yeah, if he defends it like this, it's probably his best bet. But then I just take this. It really doesn't matter. I have bishop versus knight in a completely open position. This is zero chance this guy wins it. Like I don't just that's just a fact. Um, so yeah, I mean maybe I could play something like this. This isn't doing any favors for him. And my bishop can just sit at the edge of the board.